Hello everyone. Do you know what makes you different from others? Do you know what controls your physical, mental, and emotional attributes? It's so surprising that we go through so many fad diets, we go through so many strenuous exercise regimens without even knowing the basic principle that controls our lives. By the end of this video, you'll be getting the answers for all these questions. So that's our subject for today, how to find out our own Prakruti. In my last video, I explained about Prakruti and how Prakruti is formed. Today, in this video, we are going to have a 12-point questionnaire at the end of which we'll be in a position to find out our own Prakruti. So I request all of you to watch this video till the very end to find out about your Prakruti. So let me explain the entire process before we start with it. We'll go through 12 points which include our various physical, mental, emotional and physiological attributes. Each of those points will have 3 options pertaining to Vata, Pitta and Kapha. You need to choose the option which suits you the best. It may be the option related to Vata, Pitta or Kapha. You need to choose that option which suits you the best. At the end of the 12 points, you need to calculate the individual score for Vata points, Pitta points and Kapha points. The dosha with the maximum number of points is your most dominant dosha and that becomes your Prakruti. It would be helpful if you sit with a paper and a pen. Okay, let's start with it. The first point is about general appearance. The person with a Vata dominance is weakly built. He may be tall or short, but his build is weak. A person with Pitta dominance is medium height and medium build. And a person with a Kapha dominance is tall and generally well built. So that was the first point about general appearance. Point number 2 is about skin texture. Person with Vata dominance will generally have a dry skin. A person with a Pitta dominance will generally have an ordinary skin which won't be either dry or oily, and a person with a Kapha dominance will have an oily skin. Point number 3 is about the skin color. Person with Vata dominance will generally have a darkish skin. Person with a Pitta dominance will generally have a wheatish skin, and a person with a Kapha dominance will generally have a fair skin. Coming to the next point, point number 4, it's pertaining to the hair. A person with a Vata dominance will generally have weak hair which could be fragile, and his hair color would be either black or grayish. A person with Pitta dominance will generally have thin hair and his color would be either brown or with a tinge of red. And a person with a Kapha dominance will generally have very strong hair and his hair color would be dark black. Point number 5, hunger. Person with Vata dominance will generally have a variable hunger. Sometimes he may feel very hungry while at other times he may not feel hungry at all. A person with Pitta dominance generally has a very strong appetite and he cannot control hunger. Hunger is unbearable for him generally. A person with a Kapha dominance will have good appetite, good hunger, and he can very well control the hunger. Point number 6 pertaining to the thirst. Same like hunger, the person with Vata dominance generally has a variable hunger. Sometimes he may feel very thirsty and sometimes he may spend a lot of time without drinking even a glass of water. Person with Pitta dominance generally feels very thirsty because of the high amount of heat in his body and he cannot control thirst. Person with Kapha dominance, generally he can bear the thirst and he can control it for longer periods of time. Point number 7, sleep. A person with Vata dominance is generally not very sleep friendly and generally 4 to 5 hours of sleep are enough for him. Person with Pitta dominance generally sleeps for about 6 to 7 hours and a person with Kapha dominance is generally more sleep friendly and he generally sleeps for about more than 8 hours. So that was about sleep. Point number 8 is related to the bowel movements or bowel habits. Person with a Vata dominance generally has a constipated bowel and the consistency of his stools may be hard. Person with Pitta dominance generally has a normal bowel habit but his stool consistency may be loose. And a person with Kapha dominance generally has a normal bowel and he has well formed stools. The next 2 points are related to our cognitive functions. So point number 9 is grasping. How fast you are able to grasp things. So a person with Vata dominance generally has a difficult time to remember things. A person with a Pitta dominance is very fast at grasping things, and a person with a Kapha dominance is generally slower than Pitta dominant person, but he also grasps the things quite very well. Now coming to point number 10, that is memory, the second cognitive function. A person with Vata dominance has a difficult time to remember things. He may sometimes remember things, but at other times he may forget them. A person with Pitta dominance is very well at remembering things and has a generally very good memory. And a person with Kapha dominance has a very strong memory and best among the three. The next 2 points are related to one's behavior. So point number 11 is speech. A person with Vata dominance is generally very talkative. Person with Pitta dominance is moderately talkative and person with Kapha dominance generally speaks very less. Final point number 12 is anger. While a Vata dominant person can be confusing, sometimes he may get angry soon and sometimes he may not get angry at all. A person with Pitta dominance is a very short tempered person. He will get angry very soon and his anger will be pertaining for longer periods of time. The person with Kapha dominance seldom gets angry. He generally stays calm. So these were the 12 points. Here is a recap again for all of you. Number 1, appearance. Point number 2, skin texture. Point number 3, skin color. Point number 4, hair. Point number 5, hunger. Point number 6, thirst. Point number 7, sleep. Point number 8, bowel habits. Point number 9, grasping. Point number 10, memory. Point number 11, anger. Point number 12, speech. Once you've attempted all these 12 points, you may add up the points under Vata, Pitta and Kapha and see the total number of points. The dosha with the maximum number of points is your most dominant dosha and that is your Prakruti. For example, so out of 12 points, if someone has 8 points under Pitta, 3 points under Kapha and 1 point under Vata, then that person has a dominant Pitta Prakruti. Let's take another example. Out of all the 12 points, suppose if someone has 5 points under Kapha, 5 points under Pitta and 2 points under Vata, then that person has a joint Kapha Pitta Prakruti. In a very rare occasion, someone may have equally distributed number of points under Vata, Pitta and Kapha, that is 4 each. That is a very rare scenario and it is called as a triple Prakruti or a Sannipatik Prakruti. Let me tell you one thing, no Prakruti is good or bad. It is just your natural form or original form, the form with which you are born with. And knowing your Prakruti helps you to maintain your health and to prevent diseases. So if you like this video, please like it and share it. And if you like more topics related to Ayurveda and health, please subscribe to my channel, Dr. Abhishek Kanade. So until next time, stay healthy and remain safe. Thank you so much.